Hello and welcome to your second tango class. As in the first class, we will start with some preparatory exercises. This time we start with a mirror game. So we imagine we have a mirror and one is playing and the other one is mirroring. So I start to play, or like painting, like I do a little circle, I'm more expressive, whatever, and Iris is mirroring me. Then Iris is painting, and I mirror her. Let's do this together. So, be with your partner. The one who starts to paint something very simple, like a circle, an ear. Can be tiny ear, can be an elephant ear. On the other side, feel. Once you're familiar of how it works, it can get more fluid. Yes, perfect. Now, let's change. And again, the other person is painting circles and is mixing the two arms. Very nice. We have some playlists at the end where we suggest you some music to use. We suggest now that you repeat this exercise for a whole song in order to get comfortable. Now, the second phase is that we want to have a stretch that is higher than normal. If you want, at the moment we were mostly painting just with our arms and hands. Now we want to paint with the whole body. We have a favorite exercise to do this with sound, and it's like, and then there's, so do it with us one more time. Yes. Now, play again. Use maybe another song from the playlist. And we have the stretch, and we have the release, and maybe we have a little stretch and a little release. Also here, change the role. Do it first without music, with your noise. Yes, very nice. Again, take a song, half a song to practice this. One of the most common mistakes, or most of the common things that is happening, is that people who are not yet used to practice this hold their breath. So they're painting, but the breath is always held. So this part is not involved. Be careful, do it again and feel how your breath is linked with the movement of your arms. I think rather that here my rib cage is giving the impulse, then my wrist is giving the impulse. Also, when I'm following, I'm not trying, I need to be here with her. I'm copying this whole movement. My circle might be a little bit different. Of course, we try to be as much together with our partner as possible, but it's more like, okay, there's a big circle, or there's a small circle. This is the important part that we want to copy also afterwards in the tango dance. This can be more free. Good. Let's pass on to some footwork. The footwork for the second class is that we link the butterfly with the projection. So you remember the butterfly I showed once that you can see. The butterfly was here, and I grow, and I come back. Now, I'm doing this with my leg. And I feel how not only my leg is moving, but also in the whole body there's this growing expansion. So one time directly with the butterfly, and I'm on my right, I project and I'm coming back. One more time, tack, and I come back to the right side and grow and come back. Side projection and come back. Now we will leave the hands free and just go a little bit to expansion, but no need to keep it like in the butterfly. Now let's practice the back. So I go back with the left. Feel we hold the breath, we release the breath a third time, and other side, and stretch, come back, stretch, come back. Last time, stretch, come back. Now comes the forward part. The forward part is the most tricky to project. Very often we have the tendency to do something like this. So we don't want to be too ambitious with that. We also don't want yet to step. So just keep it small, like the beginning, but feel how you're also growing, how this is happening. So let's start. And I take the right to project with my left. And expand, release, project to the center. And the last time, and change the side. Expand, not too big, come back. Expand, come back. Last projection, and to the center. Now, again, we suggest that you take a song. Now I would suggest some classic tango like the Sarli on the playlist, and you go from the side projection to the center, to the back, to the center, to the front, and to the center again, and change. And to the side, and to the center, to the back, to the center, to the front, not too big, and again. And you can play with this if you do it small. You can play, do you search for the maximum? It's important that your whole body is involved. If you prefer, you can also do 2 repetitions into each direction after each other, or you do all directions one and then you change the side. Welcome back. Now we will link the backward projection with a side projection. So we can have back and take it to the side. One more time, back and take it to the side, other side. And back to the side, back to the side. Nice. Now I will link the side projection to the front. So I have side to the front, side to the front, side to the front, side to the front. Also here, we want to work from our center, from the standing leg through the pelvis to the executing leg. Sometimes it's called free leg. So it's not the leg itself that is searching for the movement, it's this leg that is creating this shape on the floor. This shape we call lapiz, Spanish for pencil. Let's do this together in both sides, left and right, back and side. I start on my left to work with my right. And back, back and to the side. Second one a little bit more fluid. Now, side and front. Second one a little bit more fluid. Other side. Back to the side. Second one more fluid. Side to the front. Second one a little bit more fluid. Now, repeat with the music. After this warm-up, we do a last repetition of the first exercise with the 2-step caminata. Still without touching, we expand, release, to go into our game. 2 steps, change of weight. I can walk in a new direction, still be together with my partner. Left or right, or this is what we call inside walk, this we call outside walk. Inside, outside. You remember, if you turn more, you will start to turn, and we have this star shape. Last exercise before we work in the tango structures. Find some music and practice this. Now, let's get into the embrace. It's very important in tango. We don't have just the shape and alignment that is important, but it's we touch to feel how is my partner. And from this, we start to communicate. We start with sending the butterfly a little bit, having a mini step on the spot. 1, 2, and change. Now, we said, as an exercise, we could go back. To dance, we will dance that, and then have another opening to continue in the direction of the ronda. Now, maybe also you in your living room don't have so much space. We go back as much as we can to do 2 times in a row. Inside, inside, arrive, open again. Inside, inside, arrive, open again. If you still have space, continue. If not, go back or turn around. Now, we love to play with that. I want the follower to lead this. So we don't change the embrace. Just Iris will lead the growing, change of weight. We'll say, come and take. And I say, nice. She will say, now we continue. And I go with her. One more time. Follow her. Now, why do we do this? Because it's very important that we are both active dancers, active participants of the dance. And when I lead, it's more an invitation that we move together. I decide when do we start. I decide in which direction do we go. I don't decide alone on how we go there. And this how is a beautiful thing. And therefore it's very important that you don't just follow by execute the step, the direction, but that you decide for a movement that feels good and that you want to share with your partner. And by that, you will have an influence on your partner, which we want. So, 1 tango to dance a 2-step caminata, maybe small, maybe a little bit bigger. We turn around, maybe a little bit more square, maybe a little bit more dreamy. Find how the music inspires you to play with this structure. Thanks for being so patient and staying with one simple structure for 3 minutes of a tango. Now, we would like you to play also with the outside walk. So, the second step can be inside, can be outside. Maybe inside again. Maybe also you figured already out how we can do a curve. How do I do a curve? By going into the direction. It's a little bit easier to create a curve in inside walk. Da-da. And outside. The other thing we would like you to try for the next song is to go for 4 steps. So instead of just having 2 steps, you continue, and the last step we recommend to take outside. But then it's a little bit more interesting than just having 4 steps inside. Again, prepare, inside, inside. 3rd step, I'm already preparing to my space that the last one can be outside. Change of weight, open again. Maybe one time more, you can copy us. If we go here, we have to walk very small steps. Prepare, inside, inside. Prepare the outside walk, take the outside walk, change the weight, and open again. One more time in another angle. Prepare the first step. 1, 2, 3. Outside, arrive, and open again for the next one. One song to play with 2-step and 4-step caminata. You remember how we finished the first class with the ocho. So now let's add the ocho. We have the 2-step caminata, and we can have the ocho. Collect and come back. Let's see once in detail this structure. The first 3 steps are like the 2-step caminata. Now, I go back, and while I go back, I start to open my hip. So Iris is taking a 2nd step. When she arrives, I collect my foot, but I leave the weight on my right one. Let's do this until here and see if you find the same alignment. Sometimes it happens you end up more or less. Here we want to end up approximately on the same height as our partner. Together. Ready? And 1, 2, change. Together, open, follower continues, stop. Now we go, and in this step, I don't want to go bigger than her. Like this, we cannot have an exit. Like this, we can have the exit with the 2-step caminata. We said we want to have a little bit of butterfly feeling. Butterfly always means expansion. So when we're here, I change the weight and we exit to the 2-step caminata. One time without interruption. And 1, 2, change. 1, 2, ocho. 2nd ocho, exit. Now, try this with one song. Works from the 2-step caminata, works from the 4-step caminata. Let's do it again, and let's pay attention to our hands and wrists. Sometimes it happens that when we want to invite our partner to go around us, we use the hands to say, come here. We use the hands to go there. We don't want that in tango. It's, we want to embrace our partner very close, very nice. So we use more here, the ribcage, to open space on this side or open space on the other side in order to communicate this. The wrist stays at the same position. So imagine we just arrived, change of weight. Here, I'm just aligning my pelvis to my partner and my arms follow. I create space, but my wrist is calm. Now I want you to do 4 ochos. Exit and again. So we have 1, 2, and now we don't exit, but I open here. 3, 4, and we go. Maybe we show it from perpendicular angle. So we just arrived. We have the first ocho. Now, don't do something like this. You stay here and you create energy on this side. Energy and space. Tac. I change the weight and I exit to this side. To finish the last class, we see an element that is called parada. Parada means stop. And now we were moving a lot with different forms of the caminatas. So to have a little rest, we can, after, for example, the series of 4 ochos, create the parada. In the parada, there is a position that we call sandwich. The follower is having my foot in between of her 2 feet. We look at each other, give each other a smile, and then I open my right rib, tac, and the hip to exit with 2 ochos and 2-step caminata. One time from the other side. So we have 2-step caminata, 4 ochos, tac, 1, 2, 3, and parada. Iris did an embellishment with the lapiz that we practiced before. If it happens, perfect. If you don't find it, no worries, we will see it in the next class. We exit with the forward ocho, second forward ocho, change the weight for the leaders, and exit. Now, maybe this was a lot for the second class. If you have the feeling you were not able to lead everything or to understand everything, relax. It's completely normal. The most important thing, first, to have fun. You're dancing with somebody you like, I suppose. And the second, that we establish this feeling that our whole body is involved into the dance. And we will continue in the next classes to create more awareness about these ideas that will make it easier to communicate and understand these elements that we have seen today.